Hey guys, good morning. Hope you're doing well. It's Thursday morning. So yeah, today's the day for me, y'all. It's been a long time coming. Before we talk about that, it's closing day for sure for me. I'm getting ready to, actually I'm headed to Waffle House. A lot of times whenever I'm in a bit of a celebratory mode or mood, I'll head to Cracker Barrel, Waffle House and treat myself to a good breakfast. So that's what I'm getting ready to do. And then I'll be, closing at 8 o'clock. I'll be meeting relatively close by to the Waffle House I'll be going to eat. The law office is relatively close by, so as soon as I get in to eat, and it should be around 8 o'clock. It's close to 7 now. So yeah, I'm gonna get there and get a bite to eat. Celebratory meal, breakfast for sure. That kind of thing. And then I'll go on and sign the paperwork that I need to do and hand over the big check. And I'll show it to you here in a minute, just so I can prove that I'm not lying to you guys. Of course, I know you guys have been watching me know that I'm not. But anyway, we'll talk more about that later, here in a second. Got the guys ready to go. I've got 3 straw jobs. It's probably going to take around 110, 120 bales at most to do these straw jobs while I'm taking care of this business. And I've actually got a yard I got to mow. And I've got to meet a customer to look over a potential landscaping job. And I'm going to be picking up a bunch of pallets. I'll be getting some clips throughout the day of other things, y'all, just so you can know what I've got going on now that I'm finally purchasing the land itself. I'm going to go ahead and start moving stuff over there so I can move my wood piles and all that, right? So I know I've mentioned that before. But yeah, y'all, hey, let's talk about it, man. I couldn't even... Last night, guys, I had a hard time going to sleep. And I'm not an overly emotional person per se, but I'm a proud man. I'm believing in humility and being humble, but I also believe it's important for myself, especially, and men in general need to be confident. And they need to be sure of themselves and proud of themselves if they have a right to be proud of themselves. And I feel like I do. You young guys, y'all, if you're young or if you're thinking about getting into this game, into lawn care, into landscaping, whatever it may be related to this field, y'all don't let anybody ever discourage you. Because there's going to be a lot of haters out there, y'all. There's going to be a lot of people telling you this is a terrible field to get into. It's a dead-end career, a dead-end business, mowing grass, blah, blah, blah. Y'all probably already heard it before, you guys that have made it, like myself, right? So I'm proud of that, Let me tell y'all a story. Because I haven't mentioned this, but this has stuck out to me in terms of the stereotypical kind of attitude people can have towards guys like us that mow grass or do landscaping work, for a living. And we all know people can be really rude and mean at times, and a lot of times it's just ignorance. People just don't know any better, right? They assume things that they don't know nothing about. And I'm sure a lot of you guys have experienced similar, and frankly, it's always been a motivating factor to me, right? I'm very motivated. Very motivated. Let me say this, and I'll get back to the point, back to the story from a few years ago. So if you're relying on guys on YouTube, I know Keith Kalfas is one of those motivating influencers in the lawn care community, and he does a great job. I'm not bashing him or saying anything bad, but if you're relying on people like that to be motivated in this industry, maybe inspired is probably the better word, and those guys can be inspiring, no doubt about it, but certain influencers in this industry, if you're relying on them for motivation, that's very fleeting, all right? You're going to have to find it from within, right? And look for things to motivate you. And obviously, if you're a believer and you're a follower in Christ like myself, I rely on prayer a lot to get me through those tough days. And, I'm not really feeling great about things, and things are hard, right? So I've got prayer to lean on and good Lord to lean on, and I'm very motivated from within, right? So I feel like I want to let you guys know, in my opinion, you don't need to be relying on these influencers to motivate you consistently, right? Maybe inspire you to get started, and hopefully maybe this has some of that element to it. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, don't come to me for motivation. You're gonna have to find it from within in order to be very successful in this business, right? I know a lot of you guys will agree with that. So let me tell you a story from a few years ago, and it stuck with me, and it's really motivating me. It's something I go back to whenever I'm feeling down a little bit or unmotivated and that kind of thing. So a few years back, me and Justin were walking into Wendy's, and I actually didn't overhear this. Justin told me this the day it happened after we got done eating lunch. But we were walking in, and as we were walking in, I think a young mother and her son were sitting in the booth close by to where we were ordering. And I guess she didn't realize that she was talking a little louder than she needed to be, right? But I didn't hear it. But Justin says that he heard her talking with her son. Yeah, and the gist of it was, I can't remember exactly, the details, all that kind of stuff, but the gist of it is she had made a comment to her son as we were walking by, I guess dressed the way we were and maybe dirty and sweaty and all that kind of thing. She made a comment, telling her son that that's why you want to stay in school and get a good education so you don't have to be like them growing up, or one day growing up. And man, I'm glad I didn't hear it myself, because I probably would have chimed in on that just to let her know. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? But that really stuck out to me. That, like I said, just people stereotyping people the way they look and assuming things. Yeah, it just really stuck to me. Especially, an adult telling her young child that you don't want to be like them. So yeah, that's something that I use, guys. That's something I'll never forget. And again, I'm glad I didn't hear it firsthand. Justin told me exactly what I just told you. So I've used that as motivation. And in a way, like I said, to prove the doubters, prove the people that stereotype us long guys wrong, right? And through that, I've done really well. So yeah, don't ever let the naysayers, whether they're family related or outside the family, just ignorant, discourage you or make you think that you can't be a success in this industry. Because not only myself, but there's plenty of guys on YouTube that do this, that show you the work and have been really successful doing lawn care, right? Hey, but don't get it twisted either. It's not easy. You're going to have to fight. You're going to have to battle. And frankly, guys, if you're not willing to work the long hours, to really learn, to deal with the heat, things that a lot of the influencers, they don't talk about. A lot of times they want to glamorize this industry like it's a lot easier than it really is. So just remind yourself it's not going to be easy. Okay? So I'm just going to say that. But yeah, y'all, I'm going to show y'all the check. I'm getting ready to buy this land outright. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, close to $147,000 check. Now I'm getting ready to hand over to the lawyer over here at this office to officially close on this land that I'm buying. And I'm not showing y'all that to brag or whatever. Like, the money don't really even matter to me, y'all. It really don't. But I'm showing you that to prove to you that you can be successful. Okay? That's ultimately the meaning behind what I'm telling you now in the little story and all that. So I hope y'all don't take it wrongly, like I'm trying to show off or anything like that. I'm not. Maybe it seems that way. But yeah, y'all, at the end of the day, there aren't a lot of businesses, guys. Those people that say that lawn care is a bad industry and it's a bad business and that you can't succeed at it, there aren't many businesses, lawn care related or any kind of business, right, that can take that kind of money and purchase something without going to the bank to borrow it. And I'm doing that, and I'm proud of that. I should be proud of that, because I've worked hard. I've had a lot of help along the way. The good Lord's blessed my life so much and my business and kept me really healthy and all that kind of stuff. So very thankful. I got a lot of people to thank for sure, but at the end of the day, I'm the engine that makes this thing go, and I'm very proud of that fact, right? No doubt about it. And you will be too. You'll be ultimately the person that decides your fate in this industry. It ain't going to be the people that help you. Now, as you grow, yeah, those people can definitely help you take it to the next level, but to get started and established, it's going to be all on you. So remember that. But yeah, y'all, not many businesses can do what I'm doing now. They couldn't. It's just a fact. It'd be too much cash coming out of their account for them to afford to do that. So again, don't think that you can't be successful in lawn care, because you can. I'm proving it right now, today, doing what I'm getting ready to do. Okay, so not trying to brag or show off or anything like that. It's not about that. All the people that have passed away that I've known in my life over the last year or so, it's really made me think about how short life is and how money really doesn't matter, really. I mean, is it important? Absolutely. Obviously, we want to have plenty of it. But at the end of the day, y'all, again, none of us are taking it with us, whether you're a multi-billionaire or whatever. We're not taking it with us, right, when we leave this earth. So let's keep things in perspective in terms of the importance of material things, right? So we all want to have a nice house. We all want to have plenty to live on and not struggle. But at the end of the day, money, hey, it's temporary, right? So let's keep things in perspective. But again, y'all, don't think that it's a dead-end career path or a bad choice for you if you're willing to work. Now, you got to have that work ethic. You got to have a little bit of dog in you for you to be really successful, especially starting out. And don't let people, this is one that really gets me, guys. I'll let you go. I'm fixing to stop at Waffle House. But I've had quite a few people. My old neighbor was one of them before he moved to my new house. I've been in the new house about 5 years now. But I remember him telling me more than once that doing this work was going to run me down. It wasn't healthy. Do I look run down to you? Man, I mean, I tell you what, I look great. I mean, I'm just going to say it. I mean, I look great for being almost 40. I mean, I was just at my reunion, my 20-year reunion 6 months ago. And to be frankly honest with you guys, I was the best looking guy there. I mean, what, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that sounds, again, maybe a little arrogant of me to say, but it's true. So don't let people tell you that this line of work is going to run you down either. Now, you're going to have to take care of yourself. I always talk about working out and all of that, right? How important it is to work out and to do those things to stay healthy. But this business, if you take care of your body, it's actually, I feel like it's actually good for you. Especially if you're just doing a lot of moving and not a lot of lifting. I try to stay away from a lot of the very strenuous work just to stay in good shape. But yeah, y'all, don't let the naysayers tell you otherwise and doubt you and make you feel doubt in your heart that you can be successful in this. So yeah, hopefully, guys, this is inspiring to you and motivating. But again, don't rely on me or anybody else on YouTube to motivate you. You're going to have to motivate yourself from within to be very successful in this industry. And that's really what I've done. So I'm very grateful, very thankful, excited to move on, really, to get this off my mind so I can move forward, and press onward, to my vision. And we'll talk more about my vision. I'll be at the land later today, dropping some pallets off. So we'll talk more about the vision, my plans for the land itself, and why I'm really so excited about it in the future ahead. But anyway, hopefully it's helpful to you guys. Love every one of you. God bless you. Talk to you later. Hey guys, I'm here now at the wood yard now, getting ready to actually load up some pallets. Everything went good with the signing all the papers and whatnot. It's a pretty simple process. Didn't take but maybe 10 minutes. And obviously the fact that I paid cash for it made it a whole lot easier and quicker, which is good, you know. So I was able to go ahead and get the other things done, you know, mow that yard and met with the customer and talking about the landscaping job. But yeah, and actually I came back here. I needed to pay for the pine straw that Justin picked up earlier this morning, 120 bales. So I paid for it, and now I'm here now getting ready to load up all these pallets, or as many as I can. I'll take it to the wood, or to the new land, guys. Yeah, man, it feels good. It's actually my land. I was talking to my realtor, Coach Cooper, my former coach and realtor now. And I was talking on the phone. He's in San Antonio with his daughter, and I was telling him I'm actually thinking about camping out on it this weekend, you know. That's just how I am, like a big kid, you know. So it's exciting for me, really exciting. So yeah, and I talked to Corey, the landowner here, where I've been renting it out, this little section out for the last year or so. And I was kind of worried because I texted him for the first time a few days ago that I would be buying some land and I'd be moving everything over there, you know, in the coming weeks, right? And he never responded, so I was thinking he might have been upset with me. And frankly, guys, the only reason why I haven't told him yet or waited so long, because I was really worried that he wasn't going to let me use a skid steer to help move all this stuff over here. Man, could you imagine? See this big pile of wood here? That's water oak. That's just my general firewood pile. And this is hickory. Got a really good pile of hickory right here. Could you imagine hand loading that one by one? All this firewood. So I was really afraid, and I told him this. Give you an idea how tall it is, taller than I am. I told him this when we were chatting, and he was happy for me. You know, he understands, you know, my perspective in terms of needing a shop to really grow. And I told him about the other things associated with it, things I'm thinking about doing. So he understands my need to have a shop and the fact that it's closer to my house and all that. So he's happy for me. I was worried that he, like I said, that he was upset when I texted him the other day. But yeah, I was really wanting to be able to use his skid steer. He's gonna let me use it Saturday to help load up the wood, these wood piles, and start bringing them over there. I doubt I'll be able to get all of it. I'm gonna focus on these bigger piles, right? Some of these smaller ones over here, I can hand load and bring them over there in time. But I want to at least go ahead and rent out a dump trailer from Home Depot, probably Friday, and use it Saturday morning, you know, take wood over to the new land. So that's my thinking, you know, to make things faster and easier. Yeah, definitely don't want to have to worry about hand loading that big giant pile of wood there, right? And putting it on my dump, you know, my truck, and hand loading it off the truck. So yeah, I'm gonna rent the dump trailer out and make things easier on me getting a lot of this wood. He was perfectly fine me using the skid, the skid, you know, to help load it up. So yeah, so that's good. That's reassuring, because I really wasn't sure how he felt. But anyway, y'all, yeah, it feels great. Like I said, I'm gonna be loading these pallets up, bringing them over to the new land here shortly. When I get over to the new land, I'll tell you a little bit about my vision and my thinking, and how powerful having a vision in your business and your life is, and how motivating it is. So yeah, we'll talk about that later. Hope you're doing well. Talk to you soon. Hi guys, I'm here now. So yeah, I actually just got done talking with my neighbor, new neighbor, Roto-Rooter business here. Just letting them know that I officially bought it this morning, so I'm moving in. I wanted to make sure they were cool with me. Yeah, putting the various firewood piles right over here. That's where I'm gonna place them. It's a good little area. Should be getting some good sunlight, you know, some wind and airflow and all that kind of stuff, where the piles will dry themselves. So I'm actually gonna go, got a couple yards I'm gonna spray, and then I'm gonna go pick up some pallets at UPS. So that's my plan, guys. But yeah, y'all, I was driving up here just giddy, y'all. I mean, I feel like I got, I mentioned the first one, I feel like I got two things I gotta do. I got number one, I gotta camp on it. I'm seriously gonna camp on it. And number two, I feel like I gotta, number two, right? I mentioned, you know, leaning up against a tree yesterday and using the bathroom. That's what I prefer, as opposed to using a disgusting gas station toilet. So yeah, I feel like I got to do those two things in order for it to be official, in this land to be officially mine. Man, it feels good. I'm just walking on it. This is the end, or one of the edges of the property here, and where I'm standing at is where I'm planning on building my shop to begin with, and eventually I'll just work my way down this road here, building facilities that I can rent out. Okay, so yeah, y'all, this is a perfect area. Now, if you're wanting traffic, this isn't a great area. But if you're doing what I'm wanting to do, and you want to feel like your stuff is safe, this is like the perfect location, because see all that road footage right there, frontage. So yeah, for what I want to do with it, it's perfect. And I feel like I'm getting a great deal on the land itself. It's 4.5 acres, 4.4 acres. There is a wetlands in the corner that I can't develop on, but the majority of this land I should have no problem building structures, y'all. And I think I mentioned the fact they're going to be extending that road there, which will lead close to I-85, north to Atlanta, south to Auburn, Montgomery. It's just a couple miles away. Again, I'm about 2-3 miles away from my house, and the interstate's only a couple miles away. So when they extend this road, it'll give this location 2 access points, which will be beneficial. There's no housing around here. This is only commercially zoned land, so I don't have to worry about just a lot of people in this area. Now the good thing is it's centrally located. It's in the north central part of town, close to the high school and Southern Union here, junior college here. So it's in a really good location. It's not like it's on the outskirts of town. So very accessible, like I said, to the interstate, south to Auburn, Montgomery, north to LaGrange, Atlanta. So yeah, y'all, I feel like a lot of opportunity here for me. I have not mentioned this, but on the other side of the Roto-Rooter business here, a Korean auto parts manufacturer, I believe they're going to be building a really big facility just on the other side of this property here, the Roto-Rooter business. I mean, a huge facility. That's the main reason why they're extending this road here. And that was something that just frankly came out just a couple months ago when I was, first initially thinking about getting serious about buying this property. So yeah, definitely going to add value. And I mean, man, if they're building a big facility, I mean, that's just going to make anybody looking to supply that facility, it's going to make this property really valuable, because they could be really close to it, right? Supplier of whatever part, material, whatever it may be, to supply this big manufacturing plant. It's going to be just right over here, walking distance away from where I'm wanting to do what I want to do, y'all. So it just feels like, man, dude, it just feels like things are coming together for me, and that's why it's so exciting. Like, I mean, I'm spending, obviously $150,000, but compared to what land costs around here, other pieces of land, and given what I want to do for it, like, it's such a good deal, right? So yeah, I feel like it's going to be by far the best investment I've ever made, and this represents, to me, guys, it represents tremendous opportunity. It gives me that vision that I was talking about. I feel like I really have a vision for my business, developing and growing my business and doing different things I want to do, because let's face it, guys, if you're operating out of your house, you can only do so much. You can only grow so much. You can only have so much equipment. And I was capped out. I've been capped out for a while now, so I didn't really have much of a vision, much of a plan going forward for my business. Much I could do. I've said it before, I never really felt comfortable hiring or trying out guys, because I didn't like the idea of guys knowing where I live. Well, having this location away from my house, it's going to make me feel more comfortable about hiring people, right? So it's just limitless opportunity for me, guys, this land here, and really exciting for me. I am trying to stay focused on what I got to do, with things getting busy now. I definitely need to keep my focus on the main thing, making money, and I can continue moving forward. I'm in conversations through email all this week with Blake Rice, the civil engineer, who will be doing my site plan. So that'll be the next step. And I'm assuming once I get that done, I can really get serious about building the building, because yeah, the first thing I want to do on this property is build my building, and then later on, I can look at developing probably this roadside here. I feel like I can have some really nice facilities that can fetch, tremendous amount of money in rent around here. I know generally $12 a foot is the going rate for rent around here. And my man Blake Rice, the civil engineer, is telling me that 4,000 to 5,000 square foot facilities are in high demand. Like I said, with this auto parts factory coming in, the Korean auto parts factory that they're going to be building here soon coming in, that's obviously going to, make it more likely maybe to rent out, facilities for people that want to supply that particular place or any kind of business really. I know there's demand for it because I've been looking for a while now. I could never really find anything that made sense, that had good amount of room and space to move around freely, that kind of thing. So yeah, y'all, I'm really excited, feeling really blessed, just very thankful for sure. God, just like I said before, has really blessed my life, and I've had a lot of people that have helped me along the way, and a lot of the guys that have helped me get work done throughout the years, Justin, and got a lot of other guys that help me part-time on occasion, that kind of thing. So very thankful to them. But yeah, y'all, it's going to be a unique journey for sure. So yeah, it's going to be a unique channel compared to other lawn care channels out there. I don't think there's any channel doing what I'm doing, right? So yeah, we can all learn a lot from it, and I hope you're there to share the journey with me. I feel like I had a really good opportunity doing the YouTube, doing what I'm doing as well, and we can all learn from it. This could be a template that some of you guys could use doing what I'm doing right now, building my business and developing it in hopes that I can make a tremendous amount of money renting out facilities for other businesses to use, right? So yeah, that's my hope. Everything will work out. I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be successful. It's just a matter of how successful it's going to be. So I have no doubts, y'all. So that's why I'm so excited. I'm very motivated. I've always been motivated, but I'm extra motivated now. This would be something I could potentially sell down the road once I develop it, or I could just pass it on to my children to help them, have some income coming in once I pass from this earth, that kind of thing, y'all. So yeah, we'll think about all that later, y'all. I'm just, trying to stay focused on the main thing, keeping the main thing, right? And staying grounded. And even though I'm excited, I realize I got to stay focused on what matters most. And that's, honestly, with the season getting going, staying grounded and focused on getting the jobs done and making money, because I definitely need to build my bank account up for sure, y'all. But anyway, hey, listen, y'all, I don't want the video to get too long. Y'all feel free to comment, whatever, subscribe, like, all that kind of stuff. Definitely would like to grow my channel for sure if I'm going to do it. So yeah, appreciate all you new subscribers here recently. And hey, it's going to be a journey. We can all learn from it. And again, it could be a template for some of you guys that may be thinking along the same lines that you could use in the future. And you can just follow me through the years and see it grow and develop, and just see how things go to where you could do the same, right? So I'm hopefully it'll be helpful to you. I think it's definitely gonna be interesting for sure. And I'm looking forward to the ride, y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it, and I could use your help and advice on any matter, anything that maybe I'm not thinking of. Y'all feel free to always comment, like, and give me some suggestions, some advice, that kind of thing. But anyway, hey, God bless each and every one of you guys. So thankful, so blessed, so excited about the future, and motivated, all those things, y'all. But yeah, I hope you're having a great week, guys. Talk to you later.